Hello there and a very good morning. You're watching the morning news wrap with Sports Day. My name is Harshit Ahuja, and like we always do, we're going to bring you the top stories from the world of sports that are happening right now. Now, without wasting any time, let's just quickly jump into action and tell you what are the big stories of the day. First things first, the Sri Lanka series team news is likely to lay. Yes, as per sources, we are learning from the BCCI that the series, the three-match T20 series as well as the three-match ODI series, which India will be hosting against Sri Lanka. Remember that series starts on the 3rd of January, and this is what the schedule looks like. 3rd of January is when the first T20I takes place. The second one, of course, happening on the 5th of January, and the third happening on the 7th of January. And that's as far as the T20 series goes. There are going to be 3 ODIs as well, which are going to be taking place in this series. And the ODI series starts just a couple of days after the T20 series gets over. 10th of January, the first ODI, second on the 12th of January, and the third will be taking place on the 15th of January. So 6 matches to be played between India and Sri Lanka, and the BCCI is likely to announce the squad for these two series. What we are from sources getting to know is, yes, of course, KL Rahul could not feature in this series because he's asked for a leave. What we're also getting to know is that there could be a few senior players who could be rested as well. As far as Rohit Sharma goes and his availability, there's no official comment that's been made, but he is still recovering, and it is likely that he misses the T20 series. We don't quite know about his availability for the ODI series, but we'll have to wait and watch how his recovery goes. Remember, he got injured on the thumb. He tore his webbing while fielding the slips, and that's the reason why he will not probably be taking part in this series. But now let's just move across the border and talk about what's happening over there. Pakistan have inflicted one of the worst series defeats ever, and it happened just about a couple of days back. And Babar Azam, by the way, has been facing a lot of flack after that series defeat against England. Now there's another series coming up, and it is against New Zealand. And ahead of the series, Shahid Afridi, who is now the interim chief selector, he has made a few comments about Babar Azam, who has in fact been facing a lot of flack for his style of captaincy. Let's tell you what Shahid Afridi has said. He's backed Babar Azam, and he's gone on to say that this selection committee is here to support Babar Azam. He's a world-class batter, and we want to help him become an equally good captain as well. So those are the comments by Shahid Afridi, who is the interim chief selector. Ramiz Raja has been removed. There has been a huge rejig in the Pakistan board because of the series loss, and of course with regards to the certain sections in PCB not happy with the way the board was being run. So wholesale changes over there in the Pakistan board, and the interim chief selector now, Shahid Afridi, a former player himself, has been made in charge now. He has in fact backed Babar Azam and said that this selection committee will back him. Now let's talk about the Boxing Day test, something that you're all possibly waiting for as far as the update goes. Australia chose to field. South Africa were put into bat. 180 for 6 is what their score presently is. And it's Cameron Green and Mitchell Starc who delivered the goods for Australia with the ball. They both picked 2 wickets each, and as we speak, it is South Africa that are now looking to rebuild. There have been 2 half centuries that have come along the way as they've managed to reach the 180 mark, and they will be looking to capitalize on that on surface, wherein it looks like they can manage to get somewhere around 300 runs, and that should hold them in good stead. Let's also tell you more that's happening in Australian cricket. Now Australia's Player of the Year award has been renamed. It's been renamed in honor of none other than the legendary Shane Warne. In fact, let's also tell you that the Australian Player of the Year award, which has now been renamed, is also the second most prestigious award in Australian cricket. Remember, the Alan Border medal that's given towards the end of the year for exemplary performance across the 3 formats is the highest honor, and this is now going to be the second most prestigious award now, and tributes ever since that match kicked off earlier in the morning. We saw floppy hats being being worn by the Australian cricketers in tribute to Shane Warne. Several tributes been coming in since the match started. Also, then, before we wrap it up, for all of those who did enjoy the football action at Qatar, well, it came at a cost. It happened because all the league football had to stop, and now finally it's Boxing Day today, and the Premier League action returns. So you continue to get football your way, and all eyes as far as the Premier League goes. It's returning after a good 5-week break. All eyes will be now on Arsenal, who in fact, let's remind you, have taken a 5-point lead against Manchester City. So all eyes will be on Arsenal, whether they can continue with the momentum that they had with them before the Premier League took a break, and now that the action's resuming, all eyes will be on Arsenal if they can build on it and put an end to more than a decade-long wait for the Premier League title. But it's going to be an uphill task for them from here on, because there's still about 20-odd games to be played, and Arsenal will have it all to do. Some key fixtures of the day that you must know about. Speaking of Arsenal only, well, they'll be facing West Ham today at home. So they'll be looking to build on that lead and put pressure on Manchester City, who will be playing later against Leeds United. And if Arsenal are to win that match, then they could possibly be looking at an 8-point lead, and that puts pressure on Manchester City to just get those 3 points and ensure that they are within touching distance of Arsenal. Also, another key game to be looked at is Leicester City versus Newcastle. That's also going to be taking place at the King Power Stadium. And the other game to be looked at is going to be Aston versus Liverpool. Yes, of course, Liverpool also still trying to find their form, because things haven't really gone their way this season, and they'd be hoping that this break has in many ways refreshed some of the players. Players who they'll be hoping have come back in the right spirit, and they'll be hoping to get themselves in the top 3, because things really didn't go their way earlier in the season. But they'll be hoping to resurrect their season. As far as Aston go, yes, there have been changes there as well, but they too would be hoping that they can cement their place in probably the top 10. There is news that Philippe Coutinho in fact could be offloaded in the January transfer window, updates about which you will be getting here on Sports Day, like we always get you the very latest. But as far as the morning wrap goes, that's all that we had for you. Do let us know in the comment section how you felt about this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe this video with all of your friends and family members. And remember, we're there on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram and Twitter. My name is Harshit Ahuja. Thank you so much for tuning into the morning news wrap. The T News is going to be coming your way very soon, so stay tuned, press that bell icon, because we're going to be the first ones to bring you the team news for the Sri Lanka series. Thank you so much for watching, and stay well.